My 3 o'clock dog is here, and it's a little Yorkie. He is getting a complete shave down today. Everything gone except for a little beard. So, since he has hardly any hair, I'm going to go ahead and wash him first because he will dry very fast. If you have a dog that doesn't like its face washed, all you got to do when you put a little shampoo on your hand, put your hand on their head and then come underneath. You see that? He can't move. Like most dogs do that. When you try to wash their face, they go whoop, they do that. But you just come in, hold it down because you know they're going to try to move. And you wash it. Be careful not to get it in the eyes, obviously. He's got some hard, crusty eye boogers. I'm just trying to loosen up. Get him loose while he's wet. And then I can probably just shave him right off when I have him on the table. We're going to go ahead and also give him some cream rinse. Because who doesn't like a really soft dog? Some people dilute their shampoo and conditioner first. I just like to pour it on and dilute it. Once I put it on them, I just dilute it. Just like I do with my own hair. I'm going to let this guy sit in his cage for just a few minutes while I clean up my mess in the tub, and then I'm going to get him back out and finish drying him on the table. Here he comes. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and finish blow drying him. Let me hook him up so he can't jump off the table. Yorkies are one of my favorite dogs to groom because they're so easy. They dry super fast. They're easy. I'm going to start off by shaving the pads of his feet with a 30 blade. So, if you've never been here before, I've been grooming over 30 years. And when I first started grooming, like most groomers, I got myself a standard poodle. And I wanted to groom all the standard poodles that came in, and nobody minded because they're a lot of work. But I wanted them all. People gladly handed them over to me. And now that I've been grooming this long, I prefer little dogs because, you know, grooming takes a toll on your body. It takes a toll on your back, your brain, your wrists, like everything. It's hard work. People don't realize, because right now I'm making this look pretty easy, but it's only because I've done this over 40,000 times. But it's a hard job. So right now, I only do small and medium dogs. I do some big dogs still, just the dogs that are well behaved that have come in here for forever, you know. But most of the dogs I groom are medium and small. I do a couple golden doodles, just because their owners have been coming here since I opened. But I don't do any standard. Oh, actually, no. Yeah, there are 2 standard poodles I do. They they've been bringing their Yorkie mix here for years, and then they ended up with, oh, you know what? I don't know if they're poodles or doodles, but they're big, but they're very good. I just have a hard time getting them. You know, if they don't want to get on the table, you got to pick them up. You can't get them in the tub, you got to pick them up. I can't do all that anymore. So it's just easier to just have a weight limit, like 50 pounds or less. Less is good. The big dogs like St. Bernards, Great Pyrenees, they don't stand up very good, especially when they're older. And it's really hard to groom a dog that won't stand up, just because they usually have bad hips, or they're lazy and stubborn. His mother likes him very short in the summer, so we're doing a number 10 blade all over. In the winter we go a little bit longer, maybe like a 7 blade, but most people like their dogs short. I shave under his tail with a 10 blade, so it stays clean back here when he goes to the bathroom. Also going to shave his belly out with the 10 blade too. That's very short. We want all this hair off of his potty area. If you can imagine, they pee all over themselves. Pulling the skin tight so I don't cut the folds of skin. It's really hard for me to run over the bones of his back ankle with a 10 blade. So I always like to, when I'm shaving him down with the 10 blade, I like to do the legs, the bony parts of the legs, with a 7 blade, which is a little bit longer, in reverse, against the growth. And it comes out to being the same length. But it goes over the leg, the bones and the leg, a whole lot easier than the 10 blade. Just doing the 7 in reverse on the front legs. I'm going to shave around this little nubby thing right here on the back of his ankle with a 30 blade. Just so there's no hairs that pop out later, because with the dew claw and that little bump, if you have a dog, you know what the bump is. I know there's a name and I don't know what it is, but you're always going to have hairs pop out later. You don't shave around this area right here really close, or scissor it. I just think it's easier to take the 30 blade right there. I just trimmed up his front foot. I'm going to go ahead and cut his nails. His mother wants his nails trimmed too. I don't do it to everybody. It just depends. If you're a groomer, you probably know this. And if you're not a groomer, you probably don't. So when you cut a dog's nails, they are very sharp. And older people have very skin thin, and so do dogs. So if you have a very old dog or older owners, you should probably trim the nails, because they can go home and really cut themselves up or their owners up with their freshly cut nails. So with this guy, I'm going to go ahead and Dremel his nail so he doesn't cut his mother. I'm doing his back leg with a 7-blade in reverse. Shaving his ears with a 10-blade. Just about the top half. His mother likes his head short too. I'm going to use a 7 on his head. It's a little bit longer than his body. Going to finish shaving around his neck. So if you remember in the bathtub, I mentioned I got to scrub his eye boogers out really good and loosen them up while he was in the bath so I can come back. It's a human head lice comb. This is what I like to use. And I'm just going to pull them away from his skin so I don't cut his skin when I shave him out. I'm just loosening him up. So I'm going to get my 30 blade and very lightly shave out the corners of his eyes carefully without scraping his skin because this blade is very sharp. Just going to pull it all up with my finger. You don't want to scrape the skin and just shave that out. And the same with the other side. And since I'm being careful not to scrape his skin, I'm going to come in with my scissors and scissor out the rest of his eye corners. Comb his bangs forward and trim right across the front. Pull it out away from the skin and scissor it off. I'm going to come underneath. I'll pull this away from the skin. I'll come underneath and trim the hairs out from under his eye. His mom likes this nice and short in here. Sorry to disappoint you. If you're watching this channel, hoping you'll see dogs that are biting, or there's no dogs that bite in my groom shop. I mean, there might be a dog that's a little nippy here and there, but most dogs, once they get to know you, and these are all this, I've been open here like, I don't know, 21 years. They're the same old dogs. They're just the same old dogs, and when their dogs die, they get more dogs. It's just the same old people and the same old dogs. Usually the problems that we have with dogs are dogs that don't know us and are not used to being groomed. That's why all the dogs you see on this channel are pretty good. Let me get my curved scissors and just round off his beard and we'll be done. I'm not doing that, he's doing it. If you hear the snorting. I'm going to use my curved chunkers just to blend in his beard a little bit. So it's not so choppy looking, so it looks a little natural. Whoops, sorry. I'm going to get a baby wipe and some conditioning spray. And spray him down and wipe on the conditioner, make him nice and shiny and soft and knock off all those loose hairs. And I'm going to get a little bit of water and wipe out the corners of his eyes. It looks like he's got a little bit of allergies or something because the corners of his eyes just look a little gooey, a little dark, like he's got some sort of allergy going. And wipe that off so it's not super itchy with those hairs that I just cut, and I'm going to dress him up. I think green is his color. How cute is that? Do you want to wear that? Do you like that? Yeah, I think he likes this. I hope it fits. Let me see. Adjustable. Yeah, it'll fit. Cool. There we go. He is ready to go. Number 10 blade all over. All right, tell everybody thanks for watching. Call your mother and tell her you're ready to go.